What's going on, YouTube? Is Donnie be all day. So I'm bringing you some gear today, and this one is made by Condor. And I have to say that this thing is pretty cool. It came out in SHOT Show in 2014, and it was a smash. It was a hit. Everybody wanted them, and so they just kept on selling them. They come in different colors. This one is OD green. They have the coyote brown and all that. Just really, really cool. You've got this round carabiner, which I really like. And the way the carabiner works is you just press down that. Pretty simple. I have your regular carabiner on my bag already where this dangles off of, and that's where it sits. This is always, except for now because I'm reviewing it, on my bag. And so whenever I do any kind of long hikes that require me to bring my bag or camping trips, this comes with me. And the reason I always have it with me is because what's inside is sometimes an absolute necessity to have. I use this to carry my compass. That's right. So my compass is always with me on hikes and things like that. Let's go over to inside of this guy right here. You've got this really cool little zipper area right here. And one thing that could be good for is cash. You put your cash in there because when you open it, you don't want to worry about your cash falling out, things like that. You have 5-key ring. I don't use it. I just never took it off because you never know in a survival situation when these little hooks are going to come in handy. It's amazing what you'll find that you can use when you need something. You've got a little cargo net type thing in there, so if you do put your keys in, they're not going to wave all over the place and smash what else you have in here, which is IDs or whatever you're going to stick in this thing. It is a great little carry-all for smaller items. My compass happens to just fit perfectly in there, and I like that. Because it's a hard shell, I don't have to worry about crushing my compass or hurting my compass or damaging it in any way. So that is perfect. The reason this thing took off is obviously the styling. It is pineapple grenade. You know, it's a frag out. Boom. It's got that really cool look to it, and it's small. You know what I mean? It fits in a palm. It'll hold a bunch of stuff if you really need to. If I wanted to use that little zipper area, I can put a bag of either Vaseline or Vaseline coated cotton balls or dryer lint, things like that, so I can use it to carry my my tinder and things like that. Anything you want to put in here except your water, because it'll probably fall out through the zipper, is a good idea. I know they have, like, I don't know the material. It's some kind of nylon, or not nylon, some kind of, I don't know, it's like 550 cord. That's what the coating feels like. But let's see, it says diameter is 2 inches, weight 60 grams. The manufacturer number for this is 221043-4, 9 or 8. Let's see, ideal for the range, gym, or general outdoor. Hardened zipper, blah, 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 blah. So that's about it. It's 4 inches. And it's just a really, really good little piece. Holds your stuff, and it looks cool. I happen to have a multi-cam bag that I usually use, and so it matches. That's important to me. So that's cool. Okay, so that's this. There's not too much more to tell you about this. It's a really, really cool thing, and it is a cool gift idea for someone. One of these is pretty awesome to have, and I know they sell for around 20 bucks. Now, one of the YouTubers had asked me about Afghanistan, and they were saying, you know, you should tell some stories about, you know, war. And I was telling them there's only certain stories that you can really tell. There's a lot of things. It's kind of like an unspoken code with vets that you just don't say certain things. You don't talk about certain things. But there are a lot of cool stories that happen when you're in wartime that you can tell. And if you're lucky enough, like me, to be able to come home from that, you might just have some of those cool stories. So I'm going to tell you one real quick. That's kind of a funny story that didn't start out as funny. So we were in Kabul, and I was driving MRAPs. I was part of a movement team, right? So we were out every single day out in the stuff. And we needed to go from Kabul to Bagram Air Force Base. And we were taking a trip, and before we left, we were looking at the maps and figuring out our route to go. And you never want to do the same route at the same time every day, because eventually you're going to get hit. Somebody's going to know you're going to be there, and they're going to get you. So we're looking on this map, and it was a satellite image, and we see this road that wasn't marked, and it's just a road, and we're like, well, what the hell? This one, nobody's been using this one, so let's go down. The team before us that we took over for, they hadn't been down it. We know that. So we were wondering why they hadn't been down it. We didn't care. We just went. They're tanks on wheels, our MRAPs, right? So here we are. We're cruising, and this is how it works. When you're in Afghanistan, you're on a paved road, and then you hit a dirt road. And when they're building a road, and they're flattening it all out, they don't want people jacking it up. So what they do is they take a bunch of rocks and they put them all over the road so people don't drive on it. The dirt road, to keep it smooth, and before they tar it, and then they move the rocks to tar. So we're cruising up this dirt road, and then all of a sudden we hit an area where it's just all rocks placed on top of this flat dirt, and then to the next side is where they haven't smoothed it out yet. So we're kind of doing one of these deals over the dirt road, and we get passed by construction, and we're like, well, this is probably why it's not on the map, because the road hasn't been built yet. It's just on its way to being built. So eventually we get to an area where they're under heavy construction. Dump trucks and things like that are everywhere, sand trucks, and we have to go up this hill, right? Before we get there, however, comes a French convoy, right? These guys from France were coming, and they were in an MRAP that's got these feelers in the front of it, right? It's a sweeper, and what it does is these sweepers move ahead of the truck, and if there's any IEDs on the side of the road, when they hit it, it will set off the IED, and then nobody gets hurt, just the feelers get boggled up and down. So they're coming to us, and we're coming to them, and so we stop, and we meet with each other, and one of our guys is out, and he's talking to one of their guys, and the French army says, "What are you guys doing?" And we said, "Oh, we're on our way to Bagram," and they said, "We haven't swept this whole area yet." So we went down it without it being swept. We had no idea. So we're like, well, we didn't blow up, so it should be pretty good. So there it was just a little bit of back and forth, and then we were all on our way. They passed, we went. And then we hit that hill, and there's trucks all up on the hills. Very, very narrow path up this hill, right? The road wasn't very wide. And on the side was a bunch of trucks, right? And on the other side was a drop-off. So you only had that path to go up, and you had no left, you had no right. It's get to the top, then get down. So here we go cruising. There's three of us, and I'm in the last truck. So all of a sudden the convoy comes to a stop, right? And we get a call on our comms to back out fast when we had to go. And what happened was this Afghani guy that was there runs out to the first truck, and you couldn't see like all the way up the hill because it was turning. And he comes running down, and he's going like this. He's going boom, boom, and he's yelling at us, and the only word he was using was boom. So we're thinking we're about to get hit with something. We had no idea what it was. Me being in the back, I can't even see ahead of me, so I have no idea what's going on. So I just gun it, man. We're going reverse down this hill where I have trucks here and a drop off here, and it's an MRAP, so you can't turn around and use that rear window. There isn't one. So you're mirror, and I'm kind of just flying as fast as I can. I get to the bottom where there's no trucks, and I wing that wheel over. Dust kicks up all over. Here comes the second truck, the one that was right in front of me. He turns off, and then the third one, just as he comes and turns, whoof, goes right by him. This huge freaking dump truck goes right past, hits a sand mound at the back, just poof, and dirt comes everywhere. And then here comes this guy, the boom guy comes down the hill, and he looks at us, and he's like, and then he goes, boom, like, I told you. So what happened was the truck had lost its brakes and was rolling down this hill, and they had no way to stop. So what the guy was saying was, you guys are about to get hit by a truck. So what started out as a situation where we thought we were about to get hit turns out to just have been a truck, and the little guy warning us, probably the only word he knew in English was boom, and that's how he conveyed the message. So that was kind of a wacky day for us. It was pretty wild. It was intense at first, and then turned into be a pretty funny situation at the end. You know, once I watched that last truck come, and as he turned, I watched this thing go right in front of him. I didn't even know what it was. It was moving so fast, and then you see the big puff of sand. Crazy days, man. But tell you what, it was one of those times where it's like, man, that's an experience you have to live, man. It's just crazy. So that's a story from Afghanistan, true story. Little wacky, but we ended up getting to Bagram, and everything was all right. So, Condor Grenade Pouch. Quick little video. That's about it for that. I'm Donnie B all day. Until next video.